Good evening, ever peoples. Welcome to Nexus at Night, your weekly Vanguard stream. I'm Atlas.
I'm Matt.
I'm Root Beer.
I don't know. I haven't been here in 3 weeks. What do you guys do at the start?
Usually I yap about the anime while people trickle in.
Okay, so
Yeah.
What's anime?
you should be over here. You're the leader.
Yeah, because like the live streams were my idea, which means I do everything.
I should put
yeah.
this on social media. You talk about it all.
You post. Well, usually I do nothing while I post all of the announcements, and then I yap about the anime. But the anime is back this week. There was a holiday last week, so we didn't have any anime, which means I couldn't do my usual yapping segment. It's gonna be great when the anime is over for this season, and I have nothing to talk about at the start of the stream. So this week we got like Kuon's backstory finally after him being a mysterious fuck the entire time. And it turns out he just really wants his boyfriend to love him again.
Fair enough.
Is Vanguard gay now? What's
Always has been.
Now?
Look, I've been around the block. I've seen some queer coding, but I haven't actually watched the anime. So
That's not true.
okay, I haven't watched the anime past like G, I think. I never really.
The anime was still very gay back then.
Do you remember Aichi and Kai?
Yeah.
I do. Oh yeah, that was pretty gay. That was.
I
That
don't
was
know why
like.
we're surprised now of all time.
Yeah.
No, I don't know why I forgot or I memory hold it. I remember Shion getting beaten to shreds by Kai in the laundromat. Oh no, that's even gayer. Oh, that's so much worse. Why would I word it like that?
A lot of franchises have survived off of this kind of thing. Like Char and Garma have funded Gundam since the dawn of time. So
yes, Fujoshi rule anime.
God bless.
So yeah, Kuon's tragic backstory is he just wants his boyfriend to love him again. So he and Suo were childhood friends, and they hung out together. And then Suo had his tragic accident where his parents died, and he became super emo. So then they stopped being friends. And then he came back, and Suo was happy again after getting beaten by Akina. So, Kuon finally overcomes his trauma and gets a new Levi Dross, which is honestly kind of mid. Like, the problem is that it's building on the original Levi Dross, which is also kind of mid. So
the amount of people who came up to me after Levi Dross got, why am I pronouncing it like that? Levi Dross got announced, and we're saying, oh my god, you can play Glow Nipples with it. You should play it. And I'm like, why not just already play Glow Nipples in Magnolia?
Honestly, I don't even know if you want to be playing Gunozla in that deck, because playing Gunozla means you have to find Foxil to make an attack from the back row. Yes. But I think the Brig is justifiable because you also have the grade 2 that can naturally attack from the back row once you have 3 markers.
Yes.
But Gunozla is too inconsistent. I don't think it's actually worth playing it. But yeah, so he fights against Sybil. So Kuon gets a new form of Levi Dross and goes to fight against Sybil. Like, I liked Kuon's backstory. Like, it's good to finally know what his deal was after all the weeks of him being mysterious and stuff. Like, I do think because of the 12, I guess this one might be 13 episode seasons. Like, I feel like there's not enough time to fully establish everything. Like, it is a little weird that all of the Destined Ones had their little power of friendship moment with each other when they, like, barely interact on screen.
Which is also incredibly gay, in a good way. I missed you guys.
Like, all the Destined Ones, like, come together to create the Destined King Levi Dross, and it feels a little unearned, because it feels like we did not have a ton of time with the 6 of them acting like a team. Like, Kuon would go and like chat with everyone, and it seems like they, got along in the sense that they were like civil with each other. But I feel like we could have spent more time establishing things. I think that's just a factor of the season being too short. Maybe if it was 26 episodes and we had a little bit more time with like filler for them to interact with each other, it would have been a little nicer. Anyway. As for Levi Dross itself, it's like I don't even know if it's better than the old Levy Dross because it like So first off, it's a cross ride, which means immediately you have to play like 4 copies of the new Levy Dross in your main deck. But then also it has an ability that requires you to like put Levy Dross into your soul from your hand, which means you probably have to play some number of the old Levy Dross too in order to be able to like find it consistently and like consistently activate the hand ability. And all that one does is it gives you 3 extra infinity markers, which is fine, but also for like a big end of season upgrade, it feels very underwhelming, right? Like Levy Dross as a card just doesn't have that kind of pizzazz, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't have the razzle dazzle that most of it. Well, probably because it's like a creepy bug dragon and not like a guy.
I mean,
right?
Visually, Levy Dross looks impressive. I mean, his ability doesn't have any pizzazz to it because the divine skill is like, okay, you make additional markers and you get 10k in a crit. Like, this is going to be one of the videos in the future once I know what the new Varga and Rezile do, but ranking all of the divine skills in terms of how divine they feel.
I need you to wear like a wizard's robe or something for that.
I mean, it's Halloween. I can go to Spirit Halloween for that.
I like the Destin 1 group bonding scene. Hopefully it's a start for more group time in future sessions. I'm glad they didn't make it broken. Well,
I mean, it feels like for an end of season upgrade, it should be broken. Like, for the game's health, obviously, it's good that it isn't, but it didn't feel very impressive when he, like, went into the Destin King Levy Dross. It's like, okay, so it's 58k in a crit in the anime, because it gets, like, 10k from the divine skill. It gets 5k for every Levy Dross in Soul, and then, like, Persona Ride, I guess. And then plus, like, a booster. And I was like, oh, like, that was it? Like, Blankmeyer can do that, but Blankmeyer also turns off Sentinels for the turn and, like, deletes the Vanguard, right?
Yeah.
So it didn't feel super impressive there, and then, like, because the mechanic is just making extra markers, like, making extra markers is very strong, giving 10k to basically your whole board, but, like, it also doesn't have, like I said, it doesn't have that pizzazz. It's not like, whoa! Like, the Destined King!
Yeah.
You know? In the same way, you know, compare it to something like Liel Odium, where it like gets an additional turn. Like they can really make that seem really impressive, right?
Sure. I still think it's very strange that Liel changes nations between their dark version compared to like Reverse in the past, where they were just like, meh, it's the same.
Yeah, and like the mask, but yeah. So you know. I liked the episode well enough. I'm glad we got to learn what Kuon's deal is. I'm not blown away by King Levy Dross. I'm glad that they're all cross rides. I kind of figured they would be because it didn't make any sense that they would like introduce Levy Dross in set 4 and then immediately in set 5 like, okay, here's a new one. So like it being a cross ride and also requiring you to play the old one feels like buying into the old one won't be invalidated, but from a gameplay perspective, I feel like it's going to make for a very like clunky, awkward deck. In the same way that Omina Grugio is a really clunky and awkward deck, where because Omina Grugio was designed exclusively to be a masked unit, unlike all the other ones, you can't just get away with only playing the one version of Omina Grugio. You have to keep playing 4 so that you can keep removing it every turn. Like, this kind of has the same vibe going for it, where I have to play the original Levy Dross to put it from my hand into the soul.
At the very least, they, with the, like, ride deck being a concept, it means that the whole cross-ride thing, break ride, whatever, is insured no matter what, where you're just like, I run the guy in the ride deck, I run the stuff I want to run on top of, right on top of in the main deck. Problem solved. Matt, do you remember like drawing your break ride after the thing you were supposed to break ride?
Oh, all the time. Yeah, it's like
it's not fun. Or you're like, all right, what's his face? The Tachikaze break ride. Okay, I guess that's just a rear guard now. And vanilla.
Yep.
Awesome.
Although I didn't really play the Tachikaze break ride ever.
Wait, what were you playing back then?
When I played Tachikaze?
No, break ride era.
Oh, I played
Like
Spikes, and it was really bad to not hit the brake ride. Well, in G era, I guess I played Spikes with the brake ride.
Yeah.
But I played a lot of Narukami,
Okay.
which the brake ride was whatever.
Brake ride didn't matter.
Well, with the
Narukami.
second brake ride, I guess.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was the big one that I was playing around that time.
Bad and Dragger. Teaching Jared how to play.
No Daiusha
somewhere.
No,
Daikizer.
Daikizer.
Oh yeah, Daikizer
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, which I played for a long time.
I still
much worse back in brake ride era, but
I mean, like Dimension Police in the modern day is still just Daikaiser. You know, not literal Daikaiser, but they use Linka, so it's the same experience.
Not hitting Daikaiser felt real bad.
Yeah, and then they would never have a rear guard still, so you're just like,
yeah. Regardless of how bad Grade 3 Searcher might have been, I don't regret playing them.
I still have Vietnam flashbacks of me being like, PG, and then you're like, all right, this Grade 3 could be coming.
Only flashbacks? Does no one at your locals play Dimension Police now?
No, there's one guy who does. Shout out Petey Pants, wherever you are. But he does the what's the one that restands?
Yeah. I mean, you still just use Linko with that.
Metalborg?
Yeah. But he doesn't do it all that often. He tries to hit that 100K, so it's like restanding on you, and then burns through your hand in a turn.
Everyone at my locals does Unibird with Linka.
Oh, okay. No, he just doesn't bother. He just goes like big power, big numbers, big cards.
I respect that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, everyone at my locals just does Unibird with Linka, so it's just like, yeah, Unibird's like 100K, 3 crits guard break.
Smoked.
That is awful. Time to make a PR card that's superior rise. Yeah, that's one way
I was See, that's what I don't like about the glitters is like because you have the grade ones that like reride the new versions, it just like automatically takes up deck space. So it just like makes your deck really inflexible because 8 slots are automatically allocated to your cross ride and then the card that enables your cross ride. So I don't like that prospect for the new Levy Dross is that like, yeah, 7 cards in my deck are just going to be Levy Dross and that's going to take up a bunch of deck space for no reason.
I imagine it's a similar feeling to like trying to cram in non-engine in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where it's like, I need this to,
The trick is to just not play an engine that takes up a billion spots.
Yeah, like Tenpai.
Like Tenpai or Snake Eye before the ban list.
Yeah.
Still.
I mean, we're getting the Azamina card, so like this could just be Snake Eye after the ban list.
Yep.
When Fueros was revealed as a secret, I was like, let's go.
$100 staple, yeah.
100, man, you're conservative.
When that got released,
already 200.
I just thought of the South Park episode where they're parodying like the royal wedding, where they're like $100 secret rare, as is tradition, and.
Speaking of $200 cards, Magic the Gathering.
What happened to Magic? I missed it.
Gathering?
Oh, did you not know about the ban list drama?
Yeah, I heard about this. I want Commander players to suffer. So...
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think Magic players aren't real. So
okay, so I heard ban list drama and then something about.
Okay.
What I could tell from posts was like something that's been around for a long time that is a lot got banned. Is that
okay? So what happened? So here's what happened. Commander is primarily a casual format. This is what I want to lead with. What's up, Atlas?
Nothing. I was just laughing at fuck Magic players. That's
no Magic player.
So you're just like it's a casual format for casual people who want to play Magic casually with their friends or with random people. So the ban list really doesn't matter in any given play group. Any given play group can decide what cards they allow and what cards they don't allow as long as they communicate with each other about it. Otherwise, it's just to maximize fun and no one should give a shit. The people who care are the people who care about competitive EDH, which I'll use in quotation marks, which is like a real fake format where people like I think WotC ruined the game in Spirit Commander for CEDH. But
I'm sure I'll regret this. What does EDH stand for?
Elder Dragon Highlander. That's the original name people use for Commander.
Got it.
And the ones that WotC can't use because, well, why would they?
I see.
But yeah, it's like people just want to do things casually, and some cards got really expensive because they were in every deck, like Mana Crypt, and they banned them. And everyone's like, "Oh my god, where do you play Mana Crypt now? Except Vintage, what a worthless card!" But like, your playgroup can just allow Mana Crypt.
Yeah,
like, you don't have to listen to this committee. And like, it's dumb because like they just want to like force this centralizing like body for the rules that they're making, which are unenforceable. And like nobody cares actually. Like your playgroup can use Mana Crypt. Your playgroup can use freaking Sway the Stars. I don't give a shit. Nobody gives a shit. But they just rather complain on the internet.
Yeah. So the whole thing was just like basically people being finance bros going like, all my apes gone in terms of like destroying their portfolios. And it's like, it's a card game. Like, it's a toy that you are playing because it's fun.
Oh, no, they're not playing it. So that's
yeah. You know, like, I've heard MBT talking about it, and it's like these are people, like, these are going to be people who are, like, never actually going to sell their collection, acting as if, like, their collection is an asset that could, like, appreciate or depreciate in value. And it's like, you are never going to sell these cards anyways. You were just, like, playing with them, right? So it's like, and also
it's very funny.
Like, the other thing is, like, you can still sell them for half value. They didn't actually drop that much.
Yeah, and then, like, especially for a card game like Magic, that is the card game. It's the original card game.
I played Magic for 20 years, and yeah, Magic players are very dramatic.
Yeah. Magic players just aren't real.
It's one of those things where I feel like you can just keep holding on to it, and it'll probably jump back up sometime, right?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't even drop that much. Like, they still retain, like, half value. So you went from, like, $400 to maybe, like, $200, $250.
I don't know.
It's very amusing.
Yeah.
I personally think Commander players should suffer more, but that's just me.
And
yes.
PG players love to be dramatic. Yeah.
But also you're right. They should have like it. I think banning Sol Ring is something they should have done a long time ago. And
now,
they also don't want to do that.
They should just make a musical out of MTG players.
I always think back to this funny story from Sam Black, where he's talking. So Sam Black is playing in day 2 of a competitive EDH tournament, where the way it works is every player is in like a pod of 4, which is
Robin.
Yeah, Swiss, then like pods of 4.
Okay.
And he says, interesting first round today. At the start of the match, Sisay in seat 4 spends a lot of time complaining about getting paired down because he wanted to draw. At the end of Sisay's turn, Corvold casting Cull the Weak, I slide him my Fierce, and say it resolves. He takes no further actions and untaps and plays Corvold. Timna Thras plays Thrasios Psychic Frog to join Esper Sentinel and Smothering Tithe. I fetch to do a soft Oppo check to then cast a Neoform that I'm pretty sure will win with Force backup, unless the Timna player has opposition. He does. I pass. Or has a play, sorry, I guess. Sisay plays something irrelevant and passes. Corvold pass Culling Writ. I show him Force and say at this point I can decide who wins. If I counter this, none of us are beating the Timna engine. If I let it resolve, Corvold wins on the spot. I'd like to draw. If either of you refuse, I'm giving the win to the other. We draw. So basically, it just was like, okay, well, if I counter this, he wins. If I don't counter it, you win. So I want to draw, and if either of you refuse, I'll give the win to the other. And so they
played them off each other. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, and it's just like, is this real? Is this really a game that was played? I don't think so. It's nothing like 1v1. It's like not even a game. Like it just ended because nobody could win.
Well, Magic investors are complaining about same that isn't the game. I'm enjoying my dorm room having the scent of Bath and Body Works in October. It's September's art, but also
it's
good.
Almost October.
That's true. It is. I can't wait to get paid in a little less than a week.
But also, a Magic player will never go near anything related to hygiene.
Well,
Is that just a stereotype with every TCG? There has to be one where it's like our players bathe regularly.
I don't know. I feel
tell
like
you which one that is.
Yeah, I mean, Vanguard can get close just because of how many fucking gays we have in the community.
There's a very lively Beyblade community at my Vanguard locals, and it's full of women and trans people. There's like 3 guys, and the rest are LGBT.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And ladies, and I'm like, that's awesome. I think that's great to have like a nerd hobby, where it's not just like, oh, it's the token gay or whatever. Like it's the majority. That's great.
Yeah,
Beyblade is weird. I don't know. They have to like import or like special order a lot of the metal stuff, which
it's is also very loud.
Because the stuff that's like sold normally is like cheap and not good.
Yeah.
Anyone who listens to Cupcake and G, they are always clean.
I don't know what any of that is.
I don't know what that means.
Beyblade? Yeah, people still play Beyblade to this day.
Yeah. Beyblade is always hype.
But yeah, Magic players are weird for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really understand the complaints or like why everyone's upset about this. Mm-hmm. Mostly because they shouldn't even have to deal with it, like, or interact with it in any way.
Yeah.
Which is the confusing part for me, because I'm like, why does anyone care? It's a casual format. Make your own rules.
Yeah. And also, like, members of the oversight committee for Commander are now quitting one after another because of all the death threats, because people cannot be normal.
I thought the oversight committee was Wizards.
No, I think the oversight committee is like a separate body of people. But yeah, they're all like quitting one after another after this thing.
Jesus. So I guess that'd be the equivalent of like Edison having its own governing body in Utah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically. Okay. But like Wizards also like reposted the decision on their website, so it's like official in quotes.
Mm-hmm. But it's a casual format, so no one has to listen to it if they choose to anyway.
If you hate Beyblade but like Vanguard, who are you? I don't hate Beyblade, I just don't play it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'll hate Beyblade, so you're not wrong. But I also hate Vanguard.
Honestly, I feel like if there's like podcasts about a particular topic, there should just be one guy who's like, fuck all of you. I hate all of you.
I've seen that before, actually.
The anti-podcast.
I listened to like a random JRPG podcast, and one of the guys was like, not into any JRPG. And I'm like, well, understandable.
It's kind of like when you watch the Olympics and there's the idea to put like a normal person alongside the Olympians to be like, just show me how much these people have worked by comparing it to a regular person. I'm saying it directly, not to you guys. Okay, fair enough. Sorry, Zara. Lordy. So I love Undercover.
Do we want to do new cards before we do the Undercover stuff?
Sure. Why not?
Yeah, because then we could like keep it all into one segment that I can clip for a video.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's see. Let's go and share Discord. Whee!
Alrighty.
So yeah, new card. Welcome back to Root Beer News, so I can update you all on like new cards and stuff that happened on the live streams. So first off, we got Flagberg support. So my prediction was wrong on Flagberg. I was kind of hoping it would just end up being a double rare because it was looking more and more like the Levy Dross triple rare was real, and it is. But, you know, so we have a new Flagberg support. When it's placed on Rearguard Circle from the hand, you may Soul Charge. Nice. I know a lot of Flagberg's restanders need Soul randomly. And then at the end of the battle attacks, if it's the first or second battle and your Vanguard is a Grade 3 or greater Flagberg, you can Counter Blast 1 or Energy Blast 3. Stand it, and it gets power plus 10,000 until end of turn.
This plus Inlet Pulse? Fuck.
Yep.
Ew.
I mean, this card's crazy, right? Like, it's a 23k restander. And then it can use Energy Blast instead of Counter Blasting, so you don't have to, like, eat into the other resources you already use a ton of. This card's great. And then back row rear guard, like, when your other rear guard in the same column stands, If your grade 3 or greater Vanguard is Flagbird, you can Energy Blast 2 to stand it. It's a restanding booster. I don't know if you need this in Flagbird, but it's nice to have, I guess.
I really hope that thing isn't a double R or something.
No, this is like this is like a rare. This one's the double R.
That deserves to be a double R, the top one.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a triple R. I'm glad it's not because it'll be cheaper, very slightly.
That's true, but also there's this weird thing where like triple Rs are weirdly cheap for a lot of decks.
Yeah, because no one wants them.
Yeah, and then the promos are like the real money cards. A friend of mine found out that you can go on the Bushiroad website, order the trial decks that come with the energy markers and sanctitude and all that stuff at wholesale price. And then he's just been selling the energy markers on TCG Player for like mad money.
Damn.
Well,
yeah. Okay, I can't actually see it. My other screen.
Your mileage may vary. I'm not sure how long he was doing that for, but it seemed to be working for a while at least.
Yep. Anyway, we have new Lysiafail support for the Tuesday stream. So let's place from Rearguard Circle into Soul by Lysiafail. You can put it into your hand instead. This is probably not very good. I don't think you'd need a card to cycle out of the Soul in this manner. And also, like, if you're still trying to build up your Soul count, this like actively takes away from it. Unless you decide to not use the ability, in which case, why are you playing it? We have a grade 3 that, like, if you have a grade 3 or greater with Lysiafail, this unit gets power plus 5,000, active on both turn, and was put from Rearguard Circle into the Soul by the ability of Lysiafail. If your opponent's grade 3 or greater, all front row units get power plus 5,000. This is basically just the order, but on a unit. It's okay.
Okay.
Matt sure is making a lot of faces right now.
It's a good thing that this isn't on a podcast RSS feed, because we're like, well, there's nothing to hear, nothing to see. Now it's a video.
My fault.
No, I'm saying like you're doing the right thing.
Yeah. And then we have Clover Hearts.
I hate this. What do you hate exactly?
Nalinia. So, when placed on Rearguard Circle, if you have a grade 3 or greater Lysiafail, Counterblast 1, choose a grade 2 or less normal unit with a different card name and without Sentinel from your Soul, put it into your hand, and then you may Soul Charge 1. That's crazy. When this unit boosts, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Lysiafail, Soul Blast 2, it gets power plus 10,000 until end of battle. This card's insane. This does like everything Lysiafail wants. So the first ability lets you toolbox stuff out of your Soul. So another reason why we don't need this random grade 2 is we already have a better card that can just toolbox for you. And this can toolbox any grade 2 or lower normal unit. So, like, because a lot of the early game, if you play the intended ride line, like puts cards from hand into the Soul, you're also going to be eating your rear guards for Lysiafail's effect. This gets you your cards back. It means like investing cards from your hand earlier on is not a huge deal. And then, of course, once you activate Lysiafail's Divine Skill, you don't need the like 6 cards that you just have stockpiled in your Soul anymore. So having an outlet for that is fine. And, you know, power plus 10,000 is nice. This is just now the new plus 5,000. We also have the lyrical version of the Searcher. So you discard this card and put 2 cards back into the ride deck to search a grade 3 with a different name from your Vanguard. And then the guard circle abilities, if you have 2 or more open rear guard circles, it gets shield plus 5. And then if you have, or if your opponent has a G zone, then it gets another 10k shield. So that's fine. I can't think of any deck off the top of my head that needs a grade 3 searcher that badly. Maybe Lilfa, and that's about it. It feels like these were designed for all of the new cross rides, and then they just like gave one to every nation.
Does that mean they're getting one in every nation?
Yes.
He asked rhetorically.
Yeah, we already know that they have other ones.
I know.
We talked about this last week, but you weren't here for that shit.
I wasn't here for that. And then, even weirder, was I was supposed to be on... so my co-host on Generation, Dan, he runs a cooking show, and they did like a hot dog eating contest that I was supposed to guest on and make fun of them while they were eating hot dogs. I got food poisoning.
Not from the hot dogs, right?
No, I wasn't supposed to eat hot dogs. That's the most ironic part. Because I wasn't even eating hot dogs, and I'm like,
you should have shown up anyways while being like sick, and then just make jokes about food poisoning.
I guess so. No, it was one of the things where, as Patton Oswalt put it, I was like a demented cherub statue, and the colors were springtime and autumn. So I missed the whole thing.
Yeah. Also, Gabuelius is getting a unit card.
Fancy.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of looks like his plushie form, too.
It does. I like when they do like a glow-up version of a card, of a monster, of a whatever the thing is, and like you still keep the design philosophy of the original. It's cool.
So yeah, he just goes from being this little plushy thing to being a real dragon.
Badass
and
dragon.
then the next week's stream is going to be recapping cards in episode 11, aka Levy Dross. And then the generic triple R for Brandgate, which is just going to be the cyclers.
Right.
Okay, that's fine.
Also, we're going to be introducing serial number rares for the 10th anniversary of G. So they're just putting a little stamp on the original arts of Alter Ego and Chronojet. Blah. Also, there's only like 10 of them each, so good luck with that.
Okay.
10?
I know you don't sound too jazzed about it, but like I like stuff like this.
I wish it were new art if there were only going to be 10 of them.
Yeah.
Like new art inspired from the original art instead of just
the original art. Yeah, like I assume there's going to be more 10th anniversary stuff coming in set 6. This is just kind of lame. But I guess good for you if you pull one of the 10.
Yeah. But as long like I like collector's stuff where it's not interfering with play, where it's just like look how fucking cool this is. You can get one for like 80 cents or whatever. It's fine.
I mean, these are not going to be 80 cents.
No. I mean, like you can get like a trial deck version or whatever. Like just you can still play the deck for very cheap, but also you have this collector's version.
Yeah. Anyways, there's new stuff for Petralka as well as new stuff for Eledel Glemma, which is the like bat. They're putting out a bunch of support for like the promo archetypes, which is cool.
That is cool. You know.
I guess they're also adding Vintage Fight to Dear Days. That does not make Dear Days worth it. Do not buy Dear Days for Vintage Fight. But I guess now you can experience the days of Do Nothing Vanguard.
Oh, the first 3 turns of ride, drive, check, pass. Okay.
Yeah. No. I mean, Matt's explained it before, how like the first 5 sets of Vanguard, you did nothing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You played Dragonic Overlord.
Yeah, you played Dramatic Overlord, and I wonder if we're going to have it limited to 2 like it was in real life.
Oh, dote?
It sounded like you said Dramatic Overlord, which honestly, that's pretty on point.
Yeah. I don't really understand what they want with Dear Days, too.
Anyways.
I don't know. We've been over it before. Like Different Fight posted a thing about like, oh, it's vintage Fight on Dear Days, and I don't think it's his idea, right? He's just doing what he's supposed to. But
but also like he wasn't even that into Dear Days 2 anyways. This is just one of those things like, yeah, this is not going to make you buy the game. Like, it's kind of cool that it exists, but like, don't buy the game for it. It's not worth it. Also, you know, first 5 sets of Vanguard weren't that good anyways.
Nope.
I'm amazed we got out of this era of the game. Now, the real question is, are we allowed to make the mythical Invincible Overlord deck?
Oh. I gotta say, like, if they're going to capture any particular era of that first time of Vanguard from the beginning to end of Legion, I feel like from...
Not even until end of Legion. It's not even until end of Legion. It's only going up to the first Bermuda. It's only going up to the first Bermuda set, so we don't even know if they're going to keep going on.
I'm saying the era, right? The original era. I'm not talking about what they're actually doing. I'm saying if in this hypothetical scenario, probably like BT 10 to 14, I think
probably
is roughly where you want to be.
So exactly break rides, because Legion was basically non-existent. Also, I think Legion format was just shit. Everything was a restander or guard restrict.
I thought Legion had potential and they gave up on it too quickly. But that's me.
You quit the game during Legion because you couldn't handle 2 cards on the Vanguard circle.
You shut the fuck up, you absolutely sinful person.
Owned. Well,
but going back and looking at you know what actually made me quit Legion format was the Thing Saver incident where
Oh.
I rode Thing Saver, I took one on damage, and then my twin drive was 2 more Thing Savers.
Get owned. Just don't do that.
I looked at my opponent and I was like, I think you got this one. And then I walked out of that regional and I didn't come back till GBT02. That's where they were like, hey, there's this thing called Crayon Tiger. And I was like, oh, Crayon Tiger, you say.
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Oh, and I only run it at 1 these days. I'll never forget him, though. He's always in my little, like, side box of extras.
Yeah. All right. So back to new cards, PogChamp.
Yeah.
The Cycler for Dragon Empire. And if your opponent, it's the same thing, and then the shield condition is if your opponent has 4 or more cards in their drop zone, which will just happen.
That is so easy to pull off. Holy shit.
Yeah. Anyways, the Thursday stream also had new Alcalibra support. So the first one is a grade 2. If you have 3 or more rear guards with the overcharge, it gets 10k shield, and then overcharge, it gets plus 10k. This card is fine. Like, extra shield value is nothing to complain about. And it has the same overcharge as like all of the other overchargers, basically. Like, that's fine. It'll be a nice budget card, but I think even like optimized versions of the deck can probably just tech in 1 or 2 copies. Next up is this grade 3. I'm not even bothering reading the name anymore. When it's placed on rearguard circle, if you are grade 3 greater Alcalibra, choose a non-trigger from your drop zone and place it on the bottom of your deck. And then if you put a grade 3 or greater card, counterblast 1, draw a card. And then the overcharge is at the end of the battle to attack the Vanguard. If it was chosen by Alcalibra, you put it into your soul and then give a unit 5k power. I don't understand this card. This card baffles me. It does like nothing that Alcalibra wants or needs. Like, why is Alcalibra suddenly putting cards back into the deck?
What if you need your 5th Persona ride?
Maybe.
Or 4th Persona ride again. Or no, 5th.
Well, I mean, it puts it to the bottom of the deck. You don't even shuffle.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And then, like, why is it only grade 3 or greater that you get to draw a card? Like, I think the thing you're supposed to do with this is you play the order because it's a grade 3, and then you can put the order back and draw a card. But the deck also has a grade 1 that just says on place, counterblast 1, draw a card, soul charge. Like, you don't need this. And then the second ability is like, okay, so you can put it into the soul, which the deck needs because Alcalibra is a Soul Blast 2 for its effect. And then it gives something 5k power, but why are we giving something 5k power? That's like the last thing Alcalibra needs. You know that every card on here just says gets power plus 10,000, right? Like, the extra 5 is not going to matter. It doesn't even turn on overcharge. Anyways, and then finally, the good card. So when it's placed on rearguard circle from your hand, look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose a card with the overcharge ability that's not the same name as it, or one of the order that revives from the drop zone. Add it to your hand, shuffle. If you added a card, choose a card from your hand, put it into your soul, or discard it. Oh, interesting. You can discard it. You're always going to put a card from hand to soul, though. Alcalibra needs soul. And then overcharge, if it's chosen by Alcalibra, it gets 10k power.
That's cool.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Also, we're getting Stoicheia Taith Fault.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so when it's placed other than by the ability of a unit card, if you play an order, Soul Blast 1, look at top 5, call 1, grade equal to or lower than rear guard if it's a unit, add it to your hand if it's normal order. And then when it attacks, if it was placed from the drop zone this turn, you can Energy Blast 2, stun one of your opponent's rear guards, and then if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, it gets power plus 5,000 until end of that battle.
What the heck?
This card's crazy, actually. And it's a promo, so, get fucked.
Dang. What is it with Japanese card games and exclusive promos?
Who knows?
I think we've went over this before. Isn't it like because of Japan's infrastructure of being able and so many shops?
Oh no, I think they're more okay. I think it became a thing because it's things being smaller makes it a lot easier for people to obtain such cards. But it's kind of annoying for everywhere else.
Yeah. Where it's like, I have one local shop in Montana, and
good luck. Yeah. Apparently, people are already buying out the Skyride manga because it had the Dark Stage Shenri.
Oh, really?
Dear
Lord.
I remember going into like Barnes and Noble in the early 2010s to just open the Yu-Gi-Oh GX mangas and get the
Did we
promos.
learn nothing from jump promos and random Yu-Gi-Oh manga promos?
It's okay. This will randomly be reprinted in a festival booster like 6 months later.
What's funny, Mixed Wave, is this Vanguard is not the first or the last game to have this problem. It is incredibly obnoxious. And when I was playing Wii Cross when it first came out, not the Wii Cross that came to the West, but the Wii Cross that came out in Japan like many years ago, I like every month there was just like new promos to get. And by the time you got them, there was even more promos you had to get. So it's basically an impossible game to keep up with because there was constantly just promos that you needed to have, and it was
That
just like
sucks.
not worth it to keep up.
Yeah, that sucks.
Oop, Wii Cross.
Very, very, very annoying.
Yeah. And then next week we're getting stuff for Alden and a new Flaming Glam card, which is kind of cool.
I like how they just left Bastion behind completely. Like,
I mean, Bastion got some support. I think, was it last set or this set? I don't even know. But Bastion's getting some new cards.
feels like they're trying to eat each other's lunch. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, Alden is the relevant one for the anime right now, so of course they're going to support it first. But Bastion is getting new cards. I just don't remember which fucking set. But yeah, that is it for the new card segment. So now, do you want to get into the last part of our stream, which is Atlas chatting about Undercover?
I didn't realize how much I was going to love this. So first,
On screen,
Root Beer pressured me into picking it up because Undercover, much like Silhouette Man, is very cheap.
And that's not that cheap anymore because Dara is like kind of expensive.
Dara is, yeah. So at the time, she was like $5. Now she's closer to 10, which is a bit of an issue, but
Slightly obnoxious.
yeah. But I still think like a deck that where your main grade 3 ride is like cents on the dollar is still a pretty good sign for something that's like a pretty good deck. So here, this is like going to be a deck profile, I guess.
Yeah, we're going to clip this for the YouTube channel.
Presenting, why do I love this? So the way Undercover works is it makes use of an order called Monitored Tryst, which is a set order for Keter Sanctuary, of all things, that you can play it from drop zone, which means that this is a deck that has something it wants to discard, which is very cool. And then when played from hand or drop, you check top 7 for anything and then put it face down as an Undercover gauge and shuffle. So that's pretty cool. Now into the ride line. One thing I should note about this deck is that it's incredibly xenophobic. So the use of anything not named Undercover is kind of shoehorned in there most of the time, which makes the deck kind of one note for the most part. But the one note is like Bohemian Rhapsody. It's good stuff. I faced an Undercover deck in the finals of my locals. Damn right. So the main grade 3 here is Mordalion. So her effect is during your turn, if your order zone has 3 or more monitored Tryst, all of your units with Undercover in their names get 5k. It should be noted that the first 2 of the ride line search Undercover Tryst, so you will always have at least 2. But the way this effect works, and unfortunately playing from drop still counts as playing in order, you won't get this until Persona Ride turn. So kind of a bummer, but that's not the big thing. The big thing is act in main phase. You can Energy Blast 2, check top 7, look up to the same number of cards as the number of monitored Tryst you have without Undercover gauge and put them down there. And then the last one is on attack, counterblast 1, choose up to 2 Undercover cards from the gauge and call them into the same column. This means that this deck goes from a 4 attack deck to a 5 attack deck. But wait, doesn't that seem like 4? No, it doesn't, because we have an Obscudite of our own. Ava can go suck it. Richard, I'm talking to you. So Knight of Blackness of your Undercover You can call it during the main phase into the back row center by soul blasting. And then continuous on rear. If you have a grade 3 or greater with Undercover, this can swing from back row center and gets plus 10k. So the idea here is to get this in the back, swing with it, and then you can call another one off of your medallion, or just call another column. If you're wondering how you get that out of the way, on attack from back row center, if you have a grade 3 or greater Undercover, and the opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, and no drive checks, basically hard ones per turn. Soul Blast, and this gets a single drive and then goes to bottom. So the idea is swing with this, drive check 1, put it on bottom, call a new one, swing again. The other cool thing is that the 10K and the swing from back row isn't in the 10K center, so you can just put this in the front row and it's hitting 23 on its own.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad. I originally had this at 4 and had some clogging problems, so I lowered it to 3, which is fine. Now the moneyest money card in the deck, Dara, on play, if you have a Vanguard with Undercover or a Shadow Paladin for its clan, that's what makes it so expensive.
Well, unfortunate.
Yeah. Check Counterblast 1, check top 5, grab an Undercover or a Shadow Paladin, and then put it in your hand. So you can just get a Persona Ride. Good stuff. And then on attack, you can Soul Blast and get plus 10k for the battle. Fine.
Reasonable.
Yeah. Your most ride lines, you don't want to run extra copies of the ride line in the main deck, but there's just not enough Undercover cards to cover you. So
unfortunate.
The Bushiroad Classic.
Yep.
Enjoy your 10k.
Yep. Until you have more Undercover cards, you need 2 or more monitored Trist, and it gets 2k for the grade 1 and 5k for the grade 2, which is fine. They're just beat sticks.
Yeah, so, at least it gets to 10k. So if you have to shove it in the front row, it's not the worst, right?
Yeah. And then the last big Undercover card is this dude, Tidris, which is after it boosted, you can Energy Blast 2 and bounce it. And then when you guard with it, you can put an Undercover card from drop on bottom to give it 5k shield. So some
nice.
Shadow Paladin players will just run Tidris and Dara in their Shadow Paladin deck.
Yep.
Which is
why not?
You could throw Dara back in there and get 5k extra shield.
Yeah, sure. or himself. He can do himself too.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's cool.
And then you search it again with Monitor Trist or Medallion, which is super fun. I also run, for the rest of it, there's Turnar, which allows you to A, countercharge, B, get you Soul for Dara to get huge, or Obscudide to drive check, and B, it gets the hell out of the way. That's the big thing. So she's like almost tailor-made for this. And the only way to call her by an effect, unfortunately, is using Tolpaz, which I had 2 of these laying around. If you want to run not this, run not this. It's not super, super, super important. But that's kind of what I ended up doing. And then I also ran 2 of the just on boost soul charge girl, because this deck does kind of want for soul with things like Dara and Obscudide. And then for the triggers, it's pretty heavy on crits. There's 10 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, sorry, not in this build. In my actual build in real life, it's changed to 10 and for that. But because you want to do
you can only run 8 crits.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I've been running an illegal deck. I forgot about that.
Nice.
I should change it. Cool. Forget I said anything. So, yeah, that's still fine. But the idea is to, like, if you swing with the Obscudide, you can then give a crit to your Vanguard, who then calls a new column anyway.
Right.
So that's fun. And then, of course, Monitor Trist, Sanctitude. And that's kind of the whole deck for the most part. You can run the Energy Cyclers are a good choice. What's the girl that works with Persona Ride? The like Soul Blast go to bottom draw when you discard for a ride line.
Oh, the Spiral Cutie Angel.
Spiral Cutie Angel, thank you. Those are also good choices if you don't want to like shell out for the Tolpaz.
I mean, those are more expensive than Tolpaz.
I thought Topaz was the most expensive one. No?
Oh no, Biscotti is.
Biscotti. Okay. All right. Well, whatever it is you want to do, like most of this is just sinew, right? The important thing is that you need undercover names to do stuff. So for now, you run as many as you can and then just fill it in with whatever you feel like. The good thing is the most expensive card that is the deck's name is Dela, and the rest is very, very cheap. It's also pretty competent. In my first locals, I went 3-1. So I highly recommend picking this up if you want something that's Shadow Paladin-esque, but not super, super expensive. So yeah, that was pretty much the deck profile. I will have the deck log code in the description if I remember to anyway.
Yeah. For the record, Topaz is actually the cheapest of the generic Keter cards.
That's a little funny.
Nice. That works out.
So yeah, just run Topaz and Turnar and you're fine.
I mean, it's still a $10 card, but
so if everything is like a few cents, or you go like looking through your bulk, or ask your friends, hey, do you have any undercover cards? I got them sitting in a box at home. Bring them next week. Something. It shouldn't cost more than like what, $60? Or no?
It was 80 with Turners.
Okay. Is Turner that expensive?
Like $5.
Wow. Good lord. So yeah, highly recommend giving this deck a try because I think it has a lot of potential. So I'm hoping for something that can put stuff from drop directly into Undercover Gauge, or the ability to call something from Undercover Gauge that's not specifically undercover.
They're probably not going to do that.
They're not going to, but a boy can dream.
Yeah. Anyway, did you also want to record a fight video to demonstrate the deck?
We can. Sure. I need to fix the trigger number.
Did you just assume every list was running 8 crits for fun?
Nope, just kind of.
I respect Atlas running 10 crit. That's dope.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
It literally just slipped my mind when I was making it. Like I don't know why it didn't register for whatever reason.
Oh, I think it's just funny.
All right, let me switch microphones.
Oh no, it is 8 crit.
Okay.
It's 2 and 2. Okay, never mind.
All right, you're just lying to us then.
Well, no, it's because I was like skulking around for vanillas, and you had this going on where it's 2-2.
Yeah, there we
along
go.
with the effect crits.
That's funny.
Rearrange everything. What do you fellas got going on for this weekend?
Not really anything.
There we go. I don't know why it wasn't using my camera. I don't know what's going on. I have a top challenge this week. I don't expect to do particularly well on that, but I'm going to try.
I believe in you.
Nice. I'm going to the dentist this weekend.
Enjoy.
Teeth.
Always fun. I always forget to bring my retainer.
Oh yeah, Tokyo. What did Boucher do at Tokyo Game Show? I missed it.
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Oh.
Nice to know that we're.
I should play Wii Cross. I don't know. I'm playing Wii Cross in a minute.
And Drive Check is back, so they're on our heels.
Wii Cross is cool though.
I mean, we're not currently a podcast.
That's true.
Yeah.
Matt should play Wii Cross against me. That's funny. How should we do this? Maybe?
I mean, the layout we had is probably the best it's going to be. We have tried this multiple times and it never works.
Early Wii Cross is funny because they printed cards that were just like obviously not okay.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, as it goes.
Pictures. Oh, it's not anything. Okay. Fine.
We are never going to be able to fix this.
I wish you could just like drag and adjust the size. I know you can like drag the placement.
Yeah. But unfortunately, not.
I like WeCross. I use free para. It's how I got into the game. My dice are all the way on the other side of the house, so I leave it up to you.
Even or odd?
Odd.
It's a 6.
Cool.
Now the question is, do I want to go first or second? This deck could conceivably go second.
Is there a way to hide my webcam?
I don't know.
Because if you turn off your camera, it just has like the
Yeah.
little dude and not hiding you.
Yeah.
That would be awfully convenient.
Yeah.
Edit layout? Oh. Free add item. Oh. That's not anything. Oh, we can shrink that. New layout? No. All right, I'll try that some other time.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
If I do this, yeah.
Atlas with the Nexus core playmat. Yeah, this thing is like
Old.
Yeah, this is at least 10 years old at this point. Look, this isn't even their logo anymore. Our logo anymore. No, their logo.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll let you go first since we're showing off your deck.
Cool. Draw. Oh, by the way, my backwards card is Sanctitude because I'm lazy, and it's like in a different deck.
And it's somewhere else. That's fair.
Cool. Discard
I
Trist.
just have 3 copies of Sanctitude.
I have about 3, but I have way more decks than that. Grade 1 effect to get a copy of Undercover Trist. I just love the idea of like it's a little spy raven sitting on the tree. Like, what the fuck's going on in there? Old. Okay, sorry. Yeah, that's it. Go ahead.
Draw. Drop.
Okay.
Ride. Draw. I'm not going to bother energy charging. Just draw for the cycle.
Okay. I'm going to use an AirPod as my energy marker.
8.
No guard.
This is my rear guard.
Oh. Yeah, guard for 13.
Okay.
Okay.
8.
Dude, chill. Okay, toll pass.
Goes into soul.
Ravens watching rich people do rich people things. Yes, exactly.
Add this to my hand. And then 8 from my Vanguard.
Take it.
Heal. No effect.
Okay. Another Trist.
Okay. Go ahead.
Draw. Discard Trist. For the grade 2, which, you guessed it, gets another one. Which is like the most boring ride line effect in the universe, but I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Play this one from drop.
Mm-hmm.
Top 7. But Obscue died as an undercover gauge.
Yep.
A sick character from one of the Guilty Gear. Sorry, who's Raven?
Oh, Dizzy?
No, it's like
Yeah, Dizzy did get revealed. But no gameplay.
bummer. Oh, I have 3 now.
Also, for some reason, we have Chun and Ken in City of the Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Which, the big win about the Ken and Chun-Li and City of the Wolves is it wasn't Luke. That's a huge win.
That's a bit of
I'd be upset if it was Luke.
10 to van.
OT to pass.
Heal. The Trist. That's pretty funny. Because you're at 2, right? Or 1?
I'm at 0.
Okay, then that's good. Power to Turnar then.
Yeah.
And then this is 28.
Sure. Draw trigger, power, and I'll draw.
And a battle Energy Blast 2, bounce. Go ahead.
Okay. Stand and draw.
Brand
All right.
synergy.
Well,
They should have just made CVS 3. That's what I'm saying.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What if they just made CVS 3?
That'd be a really fucking long receipt. That's what I'm getting from that.
Nah.
All right. And then not going to bother energy charging because I dropped another cycler.
Nice. Always fun.
Wow, this hand is shit. I'll swing 10 to Vanguard.
Okay, let's see. That's your Vanguard?
Yep.
25.
Okay. Another draw trigger, power to Trident, and I'll draw.
Okay.
What the fuck is this hand? 18 to Vanguard.
Yeah, I'll take that one. Damage.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Stands, draw. Discard Trist. For Medallion. Play a Trist from drop. So top 7. I just want to show you something.
Yeah. Boy, if I could show you my hand right now.
So the top 7, 2 tie dry, a crit, and 3 heals. Thank God I'm shuffling back in. Tie dries go into the gauge, shuffle the rest back.
Let's just say I'm having the opposite problem of you right now.
Ah.
My searches were all of the things I want, and as you can see, I've just been checking all of the triggers.
Bummer. I'm glad Fatal Fury is getting love, and CVS 3 will be awesome. I'm curious what Capcom will put in Fighting Collection 3. Hopefully UMV C3 and TVC. Blah.
Tatsunoko versus Capcom? That would be funny.
Mm-hmm.
I have the least high hopes for that one, however.
Soul Blast and Call the Obfuscite to the back row center.
Yep.
Let's see. 2, 4, and then Energy Blast 2. Check top 7. Put one thing into that gauge, which I'll put this Obfuscite.
Sure.
One problem the deck has is because you have to call things to a column, you can't like futz about for the most part. Let's call that. All right. Swinging with the back row Obfuscite and Soul Blasting. This is 23 with a single drive.
I have to be grade 3 or greater.
Ah, that's right. I forgot I was going first. So,
So that's just 23, right?
I'm going to swing with Vanguard instead.
Okay, that's 13.
13, yes.
I'll go to the pass.
Soul Charger, draw trigger, power to Turner.
Okay.
Finally for next turn. And then here's 23.
And the Turner column is 28, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'll guard this.
Okay.
And
28.
I will take the Turner.
Okay. And then I'll put. Do I have anything I want to put back? Put the grade 2 from the right line on bottom.
Okay.
And bounce. Oh, wait. No, that's from guarding. Energy Blast 2 and bounce.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Then draw. Energy Blast. Energy Charge 3. Right, that's all my draw triggers out of the deck. All right. Skill of the grade 2. I will search my deck for a codex.
Love Tatsunoko versus Capcom. It was underrated. I wish I got put on more consoles.
Yeah, being on the Wii was pretty whack.
That's very strange. Like, the Wii felt like the most video game console.
Yeah, kind of.
All right, so first things first. I'm going to activate Principle of Non-Self to call back grade 2 from the ride line. He gets 5K.
You could be the Wii U, which nobody owned.
I got it literally just for Smash Bros. I
And
did not get any other games.
Since I play the Codex this turn, I get to Soul Charge 1, and he gets another 5K. One of these days, I will see something from my deck that is not a trigger.
No.
One of these days, but today is not that day.
No. And that my front row gets 5K because I played a Codex. Then I'll play the other Codex. So your Vanguard gets minus 3K until the end of your turn.
End of my turn?
Yeah.
Does that include if I Persona Ride?
Yes.
Wow.
This is giving you, the player, the ability, so you're So you're just permanently debuffed until the end of your turn.
That's pretty
And
fun.
then I will Soul Blast 2 to draw a card, and your Vanguard also gets Drive -1.
Also to the player.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, good. Finally saw this fucker. I'll play this.
I avoided the Wii U like the plague.
1, 2, 3, 8, 4, 5, 6,
It's-
7. Sure, I'll grab this.
It seems like you know how like tanks were everywhere in World War II, but they were also in World War I, and they were bulky disasters that didn't really do anything. That's kind of what the Wii U was, I think, because the gamepad thing worked with the Switch. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
The Switch certainly exists.
Okay, and then because I play 2 Codexes this turn, this gets 10K.
Okay.
The Switch really do be a machine to play Tsukihime and Theater Rhythm for me.
Yeah. 25 to your 10.
Okay. Let's see. This is because you're at grade 3.
Yes.
This is 20, and then guard, and now put the undercover card on bottom.
Yep.
And this is 30.
Okay. 25.
Sure. Damage check PG.
Okay. This is 18 skill. I will counterblast, restand. And this gets a crit.
Okay. PG to discard that.
Okay. First check, Staharaja. Second check, heal trigger. The heal does not work, but I'll give 10K to the guy with the crit.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I need to do it like this. So it's 25, 33.
With a crit.
No.
I'll take that. Turner.
Okay. And then this is 35. This one has the crit.
Sanctitude. Destroyer.
Okay. And then because it was the 5th battle, Prize Trident goes in. Countercharge. All right, go ahead.
Stand.
Seems pretty good.
Draw. Persona Ride to my 10K. So now 20K. Draw one.
Yep.
This is where Atlas double heals.
I guess he can theoretically double heal with Obscudide and the Vanguard.
That's true. Trist. Drop. Top 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You think he would have seen a trigger by now with all of the deck thinning he's done?
You'd think. That's not how Vanguard works.
That's true. Let's do this grade 2.
What's he doing over there? He's got his graves marked.
Caldera, Counterblast.
Yep.
Top 5.
See,
That's
this is
another
one of those,
card.
like, if you wanted to optimize this deck, you would play Ezra so you can search it because it's a Shadow Paladin.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh, that's a
crap.
good idea.
That is a good idea. I should do that.
Yeah. Good luck affording as Rasta,
That's
because
true.
it was like $20 last time I checked.
Sure, why not? At least you only need 3.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, so it goes if you have a Vanguard with Undercover, or if only Shadow Paladin. Counterblast check top 5, choose up to 1 with Undercover, or only
Or
Shadow
Shed.
Paladin.
Yep.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like if you were Shadow Paladin and locked you out of Undercover and vice versa.
No,
Yeah.
it's either or.
That is very funny. Okay. Let's go. Okay, back up to 3.
Stalfaraja wasn't getting support in set 5. It's part of the like Craycross stuff because it was from Youthquake, so it's like they only ever support those decks in the like off-season sets.
I see. All right.
Historically accurate PG. Yeah?
True.
Okay. Swinging with Dara Soul Blast. This is going to be 30. Oh no, 35 because I have 3.
Yeah.
Undercover or Monitor Trysts.
So this is 28 and 38.
Okay. Swinging with Vanguard. Counterblast 1. Calling Tigress and Grade 2. This is 25.
With 1 drive, sure, I'll take that.
With 1 drive, yeah. Heal. There it is. Heal 1. Let's go power to Turner.
Okay.
Okay.
Damage check, nothing.
Okay. Probably gonna have to do this to save my ass. Soul Blast for 28 with single drive.
I'll take that too.
So yeah.
Crit. Power to my Vanguard.
Okay. What are you at right now? 33?
I'm at 4.
No, Vanguard power.
Oh, I'm at 23, yeah.
23. Okay. So this is... That's matching... Oh, no. That's 33. This is 15, 23. Oh, they're both the same. Okay. 33.
33. Guard and intercept.
Okay. And then also 33.
That was a little crusty, but I have to PG that.
Okay. Energy Blast 2. And bounce. And go ahead.
Okay. Cards in hand?
5.
5. Okay, so I know you have a heal trigger. I know you have a Mordalion. I know you have the 10k shield.
Yes.
Draw.
Level 3 damage.
Persona. Draw. Ooh, nice. I wish I saw that sooner. First, gonna grab this.
Oh, yeah, this should have been on the bottom. I forgot about that.
And charge 3, by the way. So 10. I have a passive 5 to the front row. And then it will gain a crit when it restands.
Okay. You haven't... Okay, neither of us has revealed our OT.
Nope.
Okay. They're still out there somewhere.
Could be right now.
Yeah. Soul Blast 2. Draw. You got the debuff.
Okay, so back to 10.
Yep. Gonna call this. This has plus 10k thanks to the thingy, and then he gets another. So he's at plus 15 because of the codex. He's at plus 10 from his own ability. I have a passive 5 to the front row.
Okay.
Okay. So this is 30. Yeah, 38.
Okay. 25. Guard. Put Tigress on bottom for 35. Yep. And then an intercept for 40.
Okay. This is 40.
Gotta take that. Speak of the devil.
Yep. All right. I'll attack your turn.
I thought Alice might hit it.
I'll attack your Turner.
Dead.
Okay. 1, 2, crit. Go ahead.
Stand. Draw.
Crit that
Persona.
rear guard.
Draw.
Who's got -1 drive again as well?
Yeah.
Correct.
He has 1 drive.
4 energy.
Hmm.
I will blast 2 to
Yep.
check top 7. Put up 2 things in the energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
6. Let's see what's there. That's good.
So I know you have a Persona Road. Or you Persona Road, right?
Correct. Did
Yeah.
it this turn. Let's do.
7.
That's 2 of the undercover guys. They'll
Okay.
go into 2.
Alice is pretty cringe checking the OT on damage.
Yeah.
Something skill based game.
Yeah.
Outskilled, really.
Yeah.
Should have played around it.
Outnumbered, outplanned.
And I was like, man, how does Atlas went through this? And then the thought occurred to my head. I'm like, he's going to hit the OT, watch. And I'm like, yep.
Call. I can just call another column. I was going to do the option die for the extra drive check, but I don't think I even need to. That's all well and good. All right, cool. Let's go swing, counterblast, call this.
Mm-hmm.
So this is 20 with single drive.
20 with single drive. I'll discard it.
Draw trigger. Power to Onyx.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is a very bad no good situation that I'm in, actually.
Let's see. This is.
Yeah, this is awkward.
I'm out of codexes in deck.
Oh.
That's a problem.
I was thinking it was awkward because I think you really needed to win the game on last turn.
I can survive this turn. It's just that I don't know that I can win on the crackback.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
23 with Opsky died? Or 28? Keep forgetting about monitor trace. 28.
Yeah. Thinking.
Not doing the drive check, just number.
Killing this off, lowering it by 13, and then I'll intercept.
And this is 18, 28, 38, and then trigger was 48. And then this is 20, 25, 30, 35.
How much is the other one?
48.
I'll take this one. Kind of doesn't matter what order I take it. Power.
Okay. 48.
PG.
And then blast 2 and bounce the Tigers. Go ahead.
Okay. Stand and draw. Energy charge 3. I will Persona Ride. Draw.
I find it a little disconcerting that beat sticks are like this okay in this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a couple of cards that can get me back into the game.
Still
But I need to
intensive
draw
gameplay.
into.
I hear time leaping your opponent is pretty good.
Maybe.
I'm not sure what he means by that.
I think you hitting the OT on damage.
Yeah.
Just skip your opponent's turn.
Draw.
Oh,
Okay,
so
that
then-
is one of the cards that helps me win the game.
I was like, what was bound and then upgraded by one grade? I was thinking of it too
Your
literally.
opponent's whole battle step was bound.
Yeah. Energy. I will put a codex back into my hand. Okay, still in this.
I think the part of the taking the OT as damage is the most tilting is that it never actually goes to damage zone.
That's
Like,
true. So like,
It's just like revealed and it's over.
yeah, I wonder what would happen if it worked like a regular trigger where it just stayed there so you could
And
die
you're
on
like,
6.
well, because then like, oh, they took it and got a heal on damage. At least they're still on 4.
Yeah.
Or like, I mean,
Cards in hand?
or like at
6.
like you still
6?
dealt a damage to them.
Yes,
Yeah,
I know you have the tiger. I know you have
I
the
got
draw
you, Ed.
trigger. I know you have an unknown. Okay.
It's weird because like time leaping, you're using it like time walking, but like those are two different things in like the card game universe.
Right.
I was
Okay.
like, I can make sense of it.
This is 23, 33. Oh, right. Plus 5k to my front row due to the Stour Raja effect. So that's 23, 33, 43. And you're at 13 again because I didn't play the debuff.
You didn't play the debuff. So you said 43?
Yes.
Okay. That's matching. And then
If he takes DOT on damage, we'll
Mhm.
publicly out him as a cheater.
Okay. I'm going to attack with Stour Raja for 28. I will counterblast, stand this, and it gets crit.
Vanguard gets a crit or the thing standing?
The standing thing gets a crit.
I'll take Vanguard.
Okay. First check, no trigger. Second check, no trigger.
Damage check is a crit. Power to Vanguard.
Okay. This is 15, 25, 30 to your Vanguard.
I'm at 23. Here's 33.
Okay. Do you need a number?
This it restands with the crit.
Yeah.
Is it still 33 or something else?
It is way big. So let's see. It was 43 plus another 10. This is actually 53 now.
Okay, 23. I am 10k short, so I will take that. Damage. First check is
Swear to
damage.
God, if you heal.
Second check, PG. GG's. I had a crit, the tiger, and another persona.
Yeah, no, this deck gets like crazy numbers.
That was pretty good.
Yeah,
Close.
very close.
I'm glad you won through the overtrigger.
Yeah. I mean, if I didn't draw off of the debuff order, I would have also gotten my OT, but yeah, my opening was very bad because I like drew all of my triggers early.
One of the most awkward things is hard drawing Obscue Die because there's no like put from hand into Trist, draw one. Like that would be super nice if they had.
I'm not sure why you didn't bother drive checking with Obscue died at that point. I felt like you should have just been going for the win.
I don't know. We know this is a problem with me where I just like get cagey about using stuff because I'm afraid of overextending or whatever. One of my go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, but like what? So I was at 4 damage. You never bothered asking me how many cards I had in my hand, but like I was at 4 damage. Like you can reasonably assume my hand isn't that big, and then you didn't know I only played 6 codex and ran out, but
I did not.
I was looking at your hand size, root beer.
But
Matt's better at card games than I am.
No. I just was looking at his. I was just trying to see how many cards in his hand because he had to guard a lot.
Yeah.
And then I was
Hoarding
like,
brain. Yeah, Ed the Crimson is right. Hoarding brain. It's like the what's his name? The Asian guy. Where it's like use an ether, but I only have 85 of them, like that.
Yeah, because you weren't at risk of decking out, right?
No, not even close. You have stuff that like puts things back into deck too.
Yeah. So like in a situation where you only have 1 drive check because you were getting debuffed, and then you're like trying to go for a win because you already know I'm at like high damage. I don't know why you wouldn't just commit to like a big push.
I think the core memory comes from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Circa 2009. And I remember like trying something and then they're like, don't overextend. Don't overextend. And like that bug is in my brain still. Like,
yeah, and then like I don't know if the extra card would have let you survive my turn, but like maybe.
The last card was a PG, but that would have been like I think that first damage that turn was not.
It was a crit.
It was okay, so maybe because I was
you would have. Yeah, so you like maybe would have survived, but then you wouldn't have had a damage trigger.
Yeah, I still had like decent stuff engaged though, so I could have just called the field.
Yeah, and then I forgot. Did you make 5 attacks that turn?
It was 4 because I had like an empty board on one side and I had to call a new column.
Yeah, that was another one where it's like probably you just like try to commit for a win, right? I think if you had gone for 5 attacks and drove check with Obscue died, you had a better chance of winning. I had a second PG in my hand, but
most of my hand that turn was triggers, so it's like, do I go for 14 and then swing? It's a little off.
Yeah.
Or 15, 14. Although swinging for 19 isn't super terrible ish. And then you put the crit in there and then give 2k on something and it kind of sort of counts for something. I need to like learn with this and play with this more because like
I think that one was a case of like you just needed to push more aggressively. Like it felt like you weren't committing very much on turns where you probably should have.
Yeah. So cool. Was there anything else we were doing on this stream or?
I don't think so, unless you wanted to play another deck for some reason.
I'm good because I have this weird problem where I don't have enough sleeves that aren't damaged with Silhouette Man, and I need to buy more.
Yeah.
And I did the thing where like I have been known to hoard sleeves before. So I was checking like every fucking pocket, every glove compartment, everywhere.
Yeah.
I couldn't find any. I need
also, like,
for this.
Also, while I'm nitpicking your gameplay, like turn 3, you didn't use Mordalion skill at all. That felt weird. The extra attack. It was just like,
if I'm not mistaken, she.
No, the call is not locked behind anything.
No, it's not. You're right.
Yeah.
Wait.
Okay,
that was just like me brain farting in the moment. I didn't mean to not do that. There was no reason behind that. That's like
there was nothing stopping you from making an attack turn 3.
Nope, that was just me. Good old fashioned Novak brain fog. That is me to the core. That was not on purpose. I have no excuse for that. It's all good. You're still getting used to it. But like, I don't remember doing that during locals. I don't have a good answer. But thanks though.
I'm like thinking more critically about gameplay right now because of BCS coming up. Also,
excited for that.
Yeah.
Say hi to shout out to Trevor, Peter, Jaime, and Charles, who are all going to be there.
Yeah.
I told them to say hi to you if they see you. They know what you look like.
Yeah. I'm just showing off my shiny cardboard right now.
I know. I saw the poster. You're like, I keep making fun of it, and I keep pulling.
Yeah. I mean, next I need an LSR version of Nook. Speaking of Nokina, I need to go track down like the pieces of this deck so I can like build and play it over for a shop challenge so I can get some practice in. Like, I'm probably just going to play this deck because the guy who has my box still hasn't shown up to locals recently. He's probably coming because it's shop challenge this week. And so hopefully he just remembers it because he doesn't respond to Discord messages apparently.
That's annoying. You can't even be like, hey, dumbass, give me my shit back.
Yeah, if he like shows up on Sunday and does not have my thing, I will shake him down at Sacramento because I think he's going at least for Saturday.
That's good. I'm not sure why you would carry her around with him.
Yeah. I mean, like, if he knows that he has to give it back to me, then he's going to, like, bring it on Sunday, but, like...
Because he knows, you see, that he needs to give it back to me.
Yeah, because... Thankfully, I have enough extra lyrical stuff lying around that I should be able to build Michu from scratch. Somehow, I just have, like, 4 copies of Yuika still, even though I'm pretty sure I put at least 2 of them into my Kyoka deck. So...
That makes sense. Well, thanks everybody for watching at Nexus at Night in all those places, and Atlas Novak, Plasma Eclipse, and Wiggum's 2Gs, 2Zs. Patreon.com/Nexus at Night. Anything else to it? Or how did you guys sign off while I was out?
Oh, it just sort of like stopped.
Yeah, he just said bye.
Bye.
Yeah, no, I'm just like, all right, I think this is a good stopping point for the night. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.
Bye.